Couple quick comments. I was scrolling yesterday for a little bit, and I see Cam Scatabo. I don't even know how the fuck you say his last name, and I'm a Giants fan. I could care less about team success and players. I just like watching the game, truly. Um, but regardless, he was on a podcast with some wannabe stooly barstool esque guy who I think's a fucking dork, and they're like talking about CTE, joking about it, saying it's fake. And sure, I get like there was like satire behind it, and they were equating it to asthma and how like kids who suffered from asthma, like that's fake. And it just came off as very ignorant. I know he apologized. I didn't see the apology, but I like read a headline that he did. So give him props for that. At least people make mistakes. Um, but this topic, you know, encompasses a much larger issue with society. What is soft? Like, and who determines that? Um, I by no means have the accolades in football to, critique others' playing style. It's not like, I played Division One or was in the league. But I don't think it takes that to know the game. I was fortunate enough to play with a lot of good, really good players, several that went on to be first round draft picks, even practice squad guys, late round draft picks. Um, but bringing it back, right? Couple comments regarding knowledge on the game and how good someone is. This goes for any sport. Excuse me. Nepotism plays a big part in sports politics, and anyone that's played a sport at the high school level knows this. Um, you'll have kids that are better than the starter sitting on the bench due to external factors that are out of their control. That doesn't mean that person doesn't know the game or isn't really good at the game. Just like they say, you don't need to be a really good former player to be a great head coach. I believe that. Look at Bill Belichick. So with the CTE thing, and I've actually had some early conversations with a few different organizations, a few different people, I should say. I want to not only get into mental health awareness, but this is a part of mental health awareness, CTE awareness. And it's not just football. You look at sports like soccer, hockey, cheering, dance. It could happen in any sport. How not only are these traumatic brain injuries incredibly scary, but then due to the stigma, what I always talk about, people get, kids most of the time, but adults as well, get rushed through the recovery process because of pressures put on them by coaches, the public, society. It's just so ignorant. And I will get into this stuff more as I, peel back the onion, the layers. Because, like, even with Palm Perspective, I'm just kind of throwing out little teasers, little snippets, if you will, of areas I'm going to cover. But I have a lot of stories related to how my concussions were viewed. I know it took me 4 minutes and 25 seconds to get to my experience with concussions, but basically, freshman year of high school football, Oklahoma drill, concussion. Going against arguably the fastest kid on the team, other than me. Head on, first concussion. Sophomore year, on kickoff, had the best special teams game of my life. That's that season or of my career at that point. Running down the field, I had made 3 solo tackles already. On the 4th, I get pushed from behind, clipping. I go head on with the kid as I'm like falling because I got clipped. So as I'm falling, I'm like coming towards the returner head on, head snaps back, frontal lobe impacted, concussion. And I was out for like a month and a half with that. Um, and then junior year, I had transferred to DePaul Catholic. I had to sit out for transferring, but I was still practicing with the team, running scout team, running back. Love that, but it was so much fun. But then, like, you're getting killed. Um, and I won't say his name, but I have him on IG. I remember he cracked me so hard, and I was like, "Yo, I got a concussion." But I thankfully had the awareness and other qualities, traits rather, to speak up and say, I need to, I need to sit out. I need to recover from this. So, yeah. Let me actually look up while I'm at my computer. January 30th is CTE and Repeated Head Impacts Awareness Day. So that passed. Wow. February is often recognized as International CTE Awareness Month. Very interesting. Did not know that. But the awareness doesn't stop on, a national holiday. So, as always, smash the stigma. Fuck this notion of what's soft and what's not. Because what I've observed, the dudes that were like gritty, tough mofos, they're like the chillest people. And they're not out here pointing fingers saying, "Oh, he's soft. He's a, wussy." Um it's these insecure individuals that need to heal and find themselves. So I have grace for you people, but please, no hurtful comments, especially related to a condition like CTE or just concussions in general, which has taken the lives of thousands. Sure, we know of hundreds because they were famous dying by suicide, uh, you know, early onset dementia leading to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and all these other conditions. But what about the high school kids or the college kids? So there are thousands that this disease has taken the lives of, and I don't think it's a matter to joke on. So as always, smash stigma.